Hi guys. I hope you're all doing well. We have had a lot of readings on the channel. And we did do a bit of an astro talk the other night, and that was right around Jupiter heading into Pisces at about 0 degrees from Aquarius, the later degrees of Aquarius. And so it's very, very exciting. I don't know if you guys are feeling the shift. I wanted to jump on and talk a little bit about this because I was getting some downloads here of a little bit of a warning energetically. Okay, not that there is something wrong, but just to say in the sense that we are making massive moves on an energetic level. We're doing a lot of clearing here of a lot of karma here right now on Earth, and I'm getting that message really strongly here from guides. What they want to echo, and this came through in the Sagittarius reading, is that knowing that you are moving so far so fast forward. Okay, this there is a side to this, and we talked about this even in Cancer, which is, and not surprising that the Cancer readings have been, I don't know if you guys have checked the Cancer readings out. They are amazing. The energy and the growth that's had here, and as I picked up on it in the Cancer readings, is just kind of remarkable, truly. And this is interesting because Cancer rules the IC, and if we look at the Earth right now, and we look at the collective sort of experience through the lens of astrology, the IC is the lowest part of the chart. This is the sort of the heartbeat of the universe, in a way we can say. This is how I see it. The heartbeat of, yes, the universe. This is the conception point. Okay, so if we look at the universe as an embodied sort of concept, so and an expression, okay, of light, to see Cancer so empowered tells me that we are making a huge turn here. Now, this does not come without sides to the story. Okay, we're clearing a lot of karma. I'm hearing this again. Okay, this is like ancestral DNA work that we're doing here as a collective. And so there's a lot here that is coming up from past lives. A lot that is coming up from past lives. I'm going to say it, yeah. So-called curses that have been set, okay? These are things that are going to be transmuted. So what your spirit guides want you to know is that, of course, there will be a reaction to that. That doesn't mean that you're not on the right path with where you're headed to. You're making changes that are right for you in your life. Okay, you continue to move in that direction. Just because you are finding the light does not mean that you need to find it for others. I'm here. Let them do their work. Let them do their transcendence work. Okay, as well. That's everybody is here to identify truly what they believe in, okay, to be their potential with source. So if you're finding that you're moving in a new direction in your life and somebody is making you feel weird about that, making you feel bad about that, maybe putting you down at a certain point, okay, even as it seems, as it may be felt, that is not your problem, and it is honestly worth your time to even consider, even on an energetic level, is what I'm hearing, because that's not the point. It's like we're all here, we're giving our performance, it's time for you to do you. Now, what I'm seeing though is that there is a very clear sort of conversation happening now where the past meets the present and where that sort of projects into the future. So this is super karmic right now, okay, what is going on, because we're seeing the decisions that we've all made truly as a collective. Some people are embarrassed, some people don't want to look at what they've done. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. And obviously they're going to try and mask that. So your guides are saying, as you ascend, as you move forward in the light, okay, you're going to be faced with, the decisions that others have made, not because it is necessarily your reality, but because others are observing you in relation to the decision that they've made in their life, if that makes sense. So if someone's triggered about what they've ultimately done, okay, and it's not you necessarily, but if it's them in their own life, then yeah, I mean, this is, let them feel that I'm here also the pain that comes along with that. Sometimes it's the pain that is needed for them to realize why the karma exists in the way that it does. So definitely the number one thing is, do not have guilt or remorse for the decisions that you make in your life that are right for you. Okay, let's clear it around. Let me get into the chat here really quickly. Hey guys, welcome. So yeah, because I'm getting that we're doing a lot of shifting here. Okay, we're doing a lot of shifting here. And so by way of that, it's like we're seeing things. I don't know if you felt it in the last few hours, the last day. Okay. There's a lot here that is coming to the surface, that is coming to light. Okay. And so, yeah, I mean, if somebody has been hiding in the darkness, okay, for a period of time in their life, doesn't mean that they're bad. Doesn't mean that the darkness does not have its role, but that's where they've predominantly been. That's their decision of weighing the light and the dark. If there has been a decision that's made for them in their life when it comes to holding darkness, and dark energy, they're going to feel uncomfortable when the lights go off, okay, and things are becoming exposed. So now, I don't know if you guys felt it, but there was a really high vibration that came through, and there was like a little bit of this dynamic where, you know, there is a storyline that's still being told. It's like, how do I say this? Like, one timeline is moving, and there's another that is converging, and so we're going back and forth a little bit. What I'm seeing though is that it's not going to define how you make your history known. Ooh, so yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of projecting. So hold your fort is what I'm hearing in these next few days, especially as Jupiter moves out of Zenith and into 1, 2, 3 degrees of Pisces. Around 5 degrees, the reptilian forces will be getting more and more, okay, kind of also direct with their higher self. I don't know what that, you take it as you will. We're on a galactic war, guys. This is in a way what it is, and I have to say it like that, kind of. Yeah, this is a galactic. It's a galactic also intervention. So by the Pleiadians and by a number of other starseed galaxies, it's important to know that there's a lot more going on, and there's an agenda that is higher than what is that we see now. This is what I'm being guided to share, and if it is abstract, don't worry about it. If it's throwing you off or you feel confused about it, don't worry about it. But I'm feeling guided to share this with a number of people. These messages that are coming through. Yeah, and it doesn't make them bad. It's their time. Their time has kind of come, not in terms again of saying that they're bad people, places, things, etc. But they are not in the higher resonance frequency as they have decided it, because we all decide on that, right? The place we want to be at in our life. So yeah, right. Yeah. So this is this is more or less the agenda. Okay, so yeah, people, there's in a simple way, you're going to be seeing a lot of people feeling weird about the things they said in the past, weird about the things they did in the past, weird about blah blah blahs, but it's not something that they are necessarily doing or not doing. It's a decision, and it is a consciousness. So that also is a space for resonance for them to realize why I did that thing. Why did I hold that frequency back there with that person? Why? Oh, was I acting out of greed, out of self-interest? Okay, selfishness. What was the reason? They have to understand that. Okay, and so yeah, this is the dark energy, but they need that also to ascend. Okay, so that's the point, and everybody has the potential to ascend. Okay, but if you are going to remain holding on to, even through guilt or feeling bad or looking back and be like, oh, okay, that is going to detract you from your story that continues on. So when you make a decision, you say, I don't want to associate with that energy any longer, and I do not, you release that frequency to then also find their way to their own transcendence through themselves, through their own story. And those are facing the decisions that they've made in their life. You're pulling the training wheels off, and you are bringing your energy back into yourself. This is what I'm hearing from spirit guides. And obviously this is a message from the Pleiadian Light Body Council. Okay. Yeah, we need to maybe make that really, really, like, this is not, this isn't, yeah, I should probably title this like a star seed, astro chat, because it's beyond, I think, astrology. Some people are probably going to find this like, what's going on? But yeah, there's a lot more that is going on, and there is definitely past life energy here coming up. And again, I'm hearing again and again that, and people may not realize, they may not see it in this present dimension. This is another message I'm getting. They are not necessarily observing it in this dimension, but they are needing to feel it. And that is the karma that comes through, right? They have to be willing to face the karma of the last lifetime, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, because we have to do that to be able to ascend. This is a message. So yeah. So how do you guys feel? How are you guys feeling? Danger Cat, hello. Yes, Kelly. That's exactly what it's like. Kelly says, I feel like I'm in a dream and I'm waking up. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. We all are waking up. Everybody is waking up right now. This is exactly what it is. There's a thawing out. We're all like kind of cropping up and out. Okay. There's a lot. Yeah. It's like, I see like the veil is being lifted. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 And there's a lot coming up, coming out, passing through. Okay. And so you keep your energy flowing, keep your energy fluid during these next few degrees. And, you know, even if you're dealing with someone who is like narcissistic or reptilian, or they've helped, and I hate to say that, but okay, if you feel that you've come down to that, okay, this is meant to help if it helps you understand more so what's going on. They are not necessarily a bad person. We are all here, okay, to balance the light and the darkness frequency, right? To bring it back to balance, not like only this or only that, right? Because I mean, that's the truth space, is the transcendence of the extremism, right? As above, so below. Only can contain a perfect balance and harmony of you know, reciprocity, right? The symmetry space. So there is no positive or negative, okay? Not even neutral. So it is a moment where we say, okay, I don't necessarily see them as like a negative person, but there is the balance that they have taken on in their life, okay? You know, when it comes to light and dark. And so they've made a decision. So seeing it more, not so much as like this person is like that kind of person, but this is the decision they've made. We are the decisions that we make. Okay, we are not like people. We are the decisions that we make, hence karma. And so if somebody has been living feeling like karma doesn't exist and all of these such things, and you know, for the and we're not just talking about this lifetime. So this is the important part, and that's where it can get a little bit tricky, right? You know, when you know, and I don't know why I felt really guided to get on here, but you know, you're making a decision, you're feeling really empowered, and you're feeling really on your light train. Okay. This is how I'm hearing it. And you see that some people are fighting that force. That doesn't mean that you're not on the right path. Okay. And so, you know, people may be, yeah, but they how do I describe this? I'm going to draw it out. It's up here. What I'm hearing is it needs to hurt. Yeah, no. It needs to hurt. And so, but again, not in a bad way, not like, oh, I want to punish you, but no, I just need you to really see it clearly for yourself. If it is that you would like to reunite in any sense, the only way would be, it's just the law of the way that the universe is moving right now. Okay, the ascension is requiring that for us to be, okay, in any kind of connection, we have to both be in resonance, and that's where the ascension takes place. The natural law of the universe is not going to allow things that are in an imbalanced state to continue to exist, and that is the way I'm hearing it. That sounds maybe a little bit, but that's So this is where it's important. Yeah, this is the Cancer Mercury retrograde reading. So I want to draw this out. Yeah. So you know, you are moving along your path. Okay, you're moving along your path, right? This is you. And the way I really see this, okay, is the archetype. And if this is too abstract and you're feeling distracted and thrown off, just don't worry. It's okay. You don't have to watch this video as well, as a heads up, if you feel like it's like making you feel confused. But if you're understanding and you want to watch, okay, no problem. But this is the archetype of Cancer, the archetype of the fourth house, water energy. This is the IC. As we transcend with this frequency further, okay, we are picking the speed up with this energy, hence the clearing of the karma of what is happening right now on Earth. So we're taking this energy and we're continuing to move it through. As we do that, there are forces here. There's a natural polarity, okay, energy that moves, okay, in a dissonant direction. Now, like we said, right, you cannot have light without dark, and vice versa. So it doesn't mean that this is not a good thing, okay. It doesn't mean that it is improper, okay, to the harnessing of the transcendence of this energy in its highest light and form, but there is a balance point. And so this is consciousness. Okay, I feel guided to write this out. We're gonna just write it out. This is consciousness. There are different forms of consciousness. Okay, now there are going to be certain forms of consciousness that are going to resist how you hold the light now, because it's changing. People, as they ascend, they're going to confront change. Okay, and the way that the consciousness does change and transform, because let's say even, maybe someone has a negative reaction to what you're doing. That doesn't even mean truly that they feel that what you're doing is negative. That's their reaction because it's a change. I'm seeing that as well. It can be that because it's a change. Now, what I'm seeing here is that it's really important for you to note is that you are moving forward regardless, and your spirit guides want you to know that. Okay. The most you can do is look back and like kind of get a little crinkly in your neck and feel a little nauseous, but you are moving forward. This is planet ascension, guys. the vibration is raising. Now, this is like a wave of momentum. Okay. This is a momentum. Spirit is telling me that this is happening no matter what. Okay. So regardless, okay, this is happening with you on a micro scale and us with the collective and as a collective on the more macro scale. So now, given that this is definitely moving in the direction that it is at the speed that it is, okay, regardless, right, we're going to find there are some maybe I'm going to just make it simple and say that there are some people, okay, who are very heavily in the darkness. Okay, and that again doesn't mean that they are necessarily bad. This has been their decision, the decision that they've made, okay, over lifetimes, over the years, and in this present state to remain in that storyline. Now, we can kind of say that it sounds like they're kind of toxic, right? Maybe they're very toxic. We can think of this ascension process as detoxification on the whole. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so as you are detoxifying and you're becoming lighter in your frequency, you release the karma, you accept, you purge, you forgive, okay? And you move into the further light body, okay, is what I'm hearing. There will be other people, factors, forms of consciousness that still need to do heavier purgings. Now, it's kind of like, are you going to take on the karma of somebody else that they have made for themselves? If you're in a classroom and everyone's taking a test, some people pass, some people don't, some people almost pass, some people almost don't, some people have passed 5 semesters, some people have passed 2, some people need to go do school all over again. Everyone is their own student, right? So you're observing right now, though. We are all observing right now, though, the decisions that we've made as collective students of this broader experience. And so some people are really going to be getting, okay, a form of experience, okay, come forward in the storyline that they need to really think about. They really need to work with and heavily. And I'm seeing that Sagittarius reading, the Jupiter in Pisces Sagittarius reading that we just did. It was a few months back, and it's the exact vision I'm getting now. Is you're on the roller coaster. That's the energy I'm feeling. You're on the roller coaster, and you're like, at first you're looking back, like, why are they throwing up back there? Why are they feeling kind of nauseous and sick? Like, and the universe is saying, you know what? Just don't. It's not about that. It's not about them. Okay. Yeah. It's normal. It's natural. Everyone's detoxifying now. So have you been having like a ton of junk food for the last 45 years? You're going to have a very different detoxification reaction than somebody who has maybe been, okay, and we're talking like on energetic levels, guys, right? You could have toxic thoughts, right? So that builds over time. So this is, yes, it can build over time, toxic thoughts. And that becomes it's in the aura. That's why you feel good around some people and you don't feel so good around others, right? You're basically feeling their aura and the collective experiences that they've accumulated over again. I mean, you're also hearing lifetimes, which is why when you meet someone, you maybe have no exchange of words with them, but you have a very clear feeling about who that person is to you. That is the karma that you're picking up on, and you're feeling it in the aura. So whether or not you know it, when you are meeting people, you're feeling their karma in a way. So yeah, it's not people, it's their decisions. Now, this is something Spirit really wants clear. I hardly ever go on and talk like at length like this about such concepts, but this is something that Spirit is. They want to give you another perspective when it comes to what we're all experiencing right now. And it doesn't mean that, it's not more the better. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know. It doesn't mean like, the more people who are going to be like at our, I'm here at our level. That doesn't mean better. Maybe there are further forces that we are not aware of fully that are even higher in dimension. You take it as you will. There's no better, but it just means if I don't see anybody while I'm here at my height, okay, if I look to my left and look to my right and I don't see anybody, that doesn't mean anything about where I am in my life. The important thing is that I am true and I'm real where I'm at for myself, for my higher self. Now, yes. Now, what I'm seeing is that, more does not mean better. It must be true. If we are trying to say, I really love Herman, but Herman has like a ton of fucking karma, bro. Herman is not making it on the train, bro. Okay, am I going to sit there and feel bad for Herman and keep looking back at Herman? Okay, and trying to bring Herman, hurry, bro. We gotta make the flight, bro. Okay, we're looking back. We keep looking back. It's like Herman being here by you trying also, okay, to bring Herman forward into the light is not necessarily better. And that is what Spirit wants to bring up right now, that this is a karmic conversation, which means it's not like, how do we say? It's like we cannot pay our way through school. Okay, yeah. Either at the end of the day, you can even maybe pay for your degree, but whether or not you know what to do on the job for real, will be very evident. Very much evident when you show up. Okay, yes. It will be very evident when you are in the so-called real world, right? So let's clear ground. Yeah. So Spirit is saying that, Herman being in like class A with a straight A is not going to be necessarily better for anybody. For anybody. It doesn't mean that we can transmute falsely, but yeah, exactly. Slowing down the freight train, not happening. Because everything is also, I see like piano notes that are playing, like everything is constantly in flux and motion. We cannot stop the universe, look back, try and, that's time and space. That doesn't exist. So we have to see it as a moment, okay, that we hold with ourselves right now. We keep our focus, we keep focused, and keeping good energetic hygiene is so key right now. Because in a sense, like, we are opening the crypt and the tomb, okay? That's what we're doing. We have to do so. It's like opening a wound. We have to disinfect it. Naturally, there's going to be stuff coming up and out. And so we have to like have the mindset of a surgeon or a doctor with ourselves, with the astral body, to be able to psychologically handle, I'm going to be letting some people go here. I'm going to be letting some things go here. I'm going to be letting thoughts go here. Energy that I maybe have held on to for a period of time. That is not, okay, in resonance. And I know that, and I'm going to continue to move. I'm going to continue to hold my vibration as high as I can, even if there are things that I am currently releasing. Now, this is kind of like an exercise, if we really think about it, because we are transmuting. That means that we are taking light and dark, and we are moving through that conversation simultaneously. That's hard. This is ascension, though. So, for some, yes, but I think that you know this, and this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing, is that you know this. And if you are on this channel, most likely you are a starseed. You are a starseed. You are a light worker. Okay, you are here to help transmute. You're here to do this very thing. Know that you're not alone. You're not the only person doing this. Okay, and it's kind of a dance. You're just basically balancing. You're taking dark. You're saying, I acknowledge that you exist. I take light. I acknowledge that there is potential as well for that. And I make the decision how I consciously hold the mannerism of those two frequencies, okay, in relation to what I would like to create. So you're in control is the point. And that's the awakening right now that's happening. You are in full observation of your potential. I know it might be a little bit abstract. Maybe you want to meditate, come back to this video. If it's a little bit overwhelming, no worry. You don't have to watch this video, but this is a message for take it as you will. But I'm seeing it's more about the leadership context. And that's where it's kind of like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you guys have been feeling the last few days, even today, especially the first day of Jupiter being in Pisces is 0 degrees. Like, you're kind of like, it's like you're seeing something suddenly. It's like, but this doesn't make sense because I've been here all along. Now I'm seeing something completely different in this space. That's the awakening. Yes. And so now we're shifting gears into what we would like to do about what we see. Okay. And so there are decisions maybe that you're coming upon to be making that are going to be needing to be more so even in the leadership position, and saying, I not only acknowledge it, observe it, I make a decision on it, and it's my perspective that counts in that storyline. And and you can expect a fight. You can expect that. Spirit wants to say, expect that. You have to see yourself as an earth doctor. Okay. When you tell patients what's going on, they may not like to hear the news, right? I mean, but you're it's hard sometimes being a light worker. A reader, a tarot reader, or whatever, however you see it, okay, in general. Yes. It's not easy. You think it's easy? No, not necessarily easy to have to tell someone the symptoms of their karma that have been for years. But all what you're doing is pointing out, okay, the energy space. And I'm not saying that you're going to go and do a tarot reading on somebody, but it's the sheer fact of making a decision for yourself in your life that sets a tone for how you see that person as well. And you have to be honest with them, right? It's like, I'm sorry, I see that, or maybe not. Yeah, maybe this is toxic, or this is not working for me, right? So it's definitely their job to take it right or leave it. Mimi, very good point. Yes, and acknowledging that we're all here making our decisions. We are all here in that space, looking at somebody maybe who is in the dark, saying, hey, you also have the potential. So if you're encountering people who are jealous, are in the negative frequency, they're on the negative frequency train, they can too ascend, but it's a matter of how much they are aware of that. And yeah, some people you're going to have to just wave goodbye to, bid them farewell. You may not even see them. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, at this point, listen, yeah. I mean, even if you crank your head back, okay, what am I looking at? A pepper flake back? I mean, yeah, I don't know, guys. Spirit is saying you're on the train, baby. Yeah, you're on the train. So the speed is increasing, and that's also the point. So I'm kind of seeing it, yeah, in terms of frequency is speeding up, but it's happening like it's interesting. I see it kind of happening like this. Okay, but yeah, without getting like too abstract. It's like, what the fuck is she? Yeah, okay, so we're going like that, basically, but it's speeding up. So, yeah, there's no point in looking back. So, all right. But anyhow, hopefully this message is helpful and interesting. And I know it's kind of like but I felt really guided to jump in. The energies have been on fucking fire. Okay, on fucking fire. And yeah, and specifically releasing, karmic energies that that are in the past. It's just interesting because like you may literally start to see the energy where maybe you felt it and it was like hazy. Now you are seeing it like actually like because you're zooming out. As you speed up and increase your vibration, you're able to zoom out and you see it from the macro. You see the contextual relevance of what has been felt. Okay, and you're able to piece it together. Oh, I see what you're doing over there. Yeah, I see that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You see the patterns, you see the portrait and how everything plays a role. So letting go with gratitude without hatred and right, that's also really part of it. To say that, well, the sky is still a portrait, but it is not the eye. Okay, the eye is the eye. The sky, the piece that in the puzzle that is blue and is the sky is not. We cannot put those two in. So and yeah, what I'm also getting is if you are making huge progress in your life and somebody's trying to again make you feel guilty or bad for letting maybe them go in that space, I'm hearing that's exactly the point. Okay, because it's one thing for somebody to say like, I understand why you're letting me go. It's another thing to, and I want to inspire you in moving in your direction and at your speed and at your frequency. And I like doing for yourself. It's another thing to say, to try and fight you on that. Right. I mean, that is a totally different discussion. So if someone is, if you literally tell someone this is something that I want to make a decision for, let's clear it around the root chakra. And some of you, this is not their fault. I'm saying for some of you, you're letting go of people years. Yes. You might be maybe getting out of a long-term connection, long-term relationship, whatever it happens to be. And if you had sex with that person, if you're physically active with that person, there are cords. Okay. You form cords with people and you exchange energy and information. It's almost like a nutrient supply. Okay. That you send back and forth. So if you've been in really strong contact with a number of people for a period of time, you're going to have a lot of that activity going back and forth. It's like a muscle. Okay. So that you also build with that person. Okay. So it's kind of part of it is just the impulse. It's like, oh, but we used to do that every day. Oh, I want to do it. It's something like that, but yeah, it's more on an energetic level. And so, especially if you're dealing with somebody who you realize is toxic, is not part of your story right now. And they have been, not really even aware maybe of the energetic story. Like maybe they're onto astrology, they're onto energy work. They're not aware of these things. Okay. They're not, well, let's clear, not in a demeaning way, guys, but like, they're not observing the energetic side. They're not going to understand the core conversation. So they're just, all they know is that they don't want things to change, but let's clear. So if you are though, observing that something needs to change, Spirit is saying, expect that, and also sometimes we have to get mean. We have to get serious. We have to, yes, exactly. It's like, hey, I know you have an infection. You need to clear that. But like you holding my hand, you're going to give it to me too. You have to let go. We have to let go hands. I'm hearing that. Yeah. It's something like this, love and light, but yeah. And it's not a bad thing. The point is they should see it as a good thing. They should see your decisions that you make for your life as a good thing. If it is the decision that you make in the light for yourself, right? That's the whole point. So guilt doesn't exist, guys. That is something of a projected energy. And that is the lack of consciousness. Because why do I need to feel like I need to control somebody else's decision that they're making in their life? That's like, doesn't make sense. It's like, if you're in your life and you're in your decision, someone else should not affect you. Somebody else's decision and right? Let's clear it. Their life doesn't define you. So if you're completely connected to your higher self and and the dimensions of your chakras as well, and they're in balance, you're not going to need to subsist off of the supply of your relations to others. That doesn't mean that you don't appreciate others, but it means that there's a recontextualization of your relationship to them, and the resistance and the attraction. Okay, the relationship. Okay, the reaction, okay, that you have to that person, it will be something of appreciation rather than I need you in my life. So if you've been in a talk, this is someone very specific here, I feel I'm talking to. If you are in a relationship with somebody, maybe you realize they're toxic, you suddenly have a moment, shoot, like, this is really toxic, I have to get out of here. You can expect, yes, that they're not going to realize that, and they're going to have a reaction. So if you have been, I mean, for some of you, if you're dealing with somebody who is, hopefully not, but if there's a narcissistic energy and you've been with that person for quite some time, you may want to talk to a specialist, because that can be a little bit intense. You don't want to just suddenly, you know what I'm saying, but I cannot say this. You have to make your decisions, but you may want to talk to a specialist. Obviously, I don't know like how, to what level and degree. Okay. Yeah. But some people, they will react, and not, no. Yeah. And even if it's emotional, okay, like they will try to make you feel bad for leaving. You need to, yeah. So have a really good network. It's kind of like truly like a detox. Look at how you detoxify the physical body and mirror that on an energetic level. Okay, what kinds of things might happen when you detoxify the body? At first, you may have certain reactions that are really challenging to deal with. Like your symptoms may actually get worse. That is the bacteria, which is also, by the way, consciousness. We are mostly bacteria, by the way. Yeah, that is. But I want to talk about that another time, because that's really interesting as well from the perspective of biology and the perspective of health. But what happens is the consciousness reacts, okay, to the shift that's being made. You're introducing new kind of bacteria, even maybe in the body, which is why if you take a probiotic, you might have a really like intense reaction to that. You might have detoxification symptoms, because it's almost like a war that you're waging inside of you in the gut. So, but that's another story. And definitely talk to a personal practitioner before you do a detox protocol, physically or however, even spiritually. I mean, definitely work with a specialist. But what I wanted to say is when you are detoxifying the gut, okay, throat chakra, you want to make sure that you have, okay, not only detoxification, okay, practices where you're releasing, okay, and purging, but also, energies that move in the direction that you want to move in. So how do we say this? Like, you not only want to detox, but you also want to supplement with things that will be in the light for you. How do we say? Yeah, I mean, well, mirror it. Okay, if it's on the physical body or if it's in the spiritual. Okay, for example, if you're detoxing, you don't want to just take away the toxins. You want to bring things into your diet that are going to be actually helping feed the bacteria that is positive. So this is very interesting. This is it seems like there's also biological point to this. But if you are, maybe some of you do want to do a physical detox. Maybe this is spirit saying, well, maybe you also want to address the physical body, because it is hand in hand. Absolutely. Definitely. Yes. As you are, yes. Even both ways. The spiritual dimension will hold impact upon the physical dimension. So because we do store emotion in, especially things like the liver, when we are doing a liver detox, read about this. Very interesting. It's known you can actually detoxify, okay, emotions that you did not know you were holding on to. So I actually want to open this to the chat. How many of you have done a liver detox? It can be very intense because, so it's all related. But this is something that hopefully I want to get into at a certain point. Like, I want to get into this more down the line. Let's clear the energy ground. Definitely the biological side of energy and how, each of the organs, everything is a chakra. Everything is a frequency. So physical ailments, so-called, they are manifest. They're first energetic. They first take place on an energetic level. So yes, it's like spindle energy, okay, in the auric frame, and then that translates into the physical. So when you're doing a physical detox, you're also addressing things that have been carried through on an energetic level, if that makes sense. It's clear around. So yeah, Spirit is saying it's not just physical. And as we are doing this ascension, what may help is an actual physical detox, right? Like making a change to everything. Because also, when I know I'm talking a lot here, so if it is like a little too intense for you, don't worry, check out. But I'm just channeling. I need to get the information through. Maybe you want to watch it in bits, you know, if you feel guided, or come back to whatever it is. Yes, because what it is that you ingest, okay, everything is relevant, and it is true in a sense. We can say like what you consume. There's a conversation. You make that decision to bring that energy into you, right? So food, so-called food. What is food? It's energy. So we have right a karmic relationship also with what we eat. Okay, so everything again, is a decision. So this is interesting because like I'll tell you personally for myself, like I always feel what I eat before I eat it. I'm always, I have that energetic connection to my food. It's very important when you eat, how you eat, the mindset that you have when you're eating. What does that food represent to you? Why would you be eating that then at that time? What is the reason for that? This is personally, I've had my relationship with food really change over the years. And because I'm hearing feeding certain chakras given how it is that we consume. So take it easy, guys. That also obviously extends into what you listen to. Everything is consumption at the end of the day. Love and light. We'll see you guys in the next videos. Thank you for tuning in to you guys. And definitely check out the other videos on the channel we've been posting. We have a 2022 reading if you feel guided, because there are other messages there. All right. So yet again, keep clearing, grounding your aura. Thank you guys for your support here on the channel. We'll see you in the next videos. Bye, guys. Love and light. Keep ascending.